Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well. Today we're going to talk about a show I've never seen before in my life. Guys and Dolls at the Bridge Theatre. If you want to know my thoughts, my feelings and everything in between on this show, then stick around and we'll get into it in 2 whole seconds. Did you pick up on the slight sarcasm there? I'm not sure. The reason I said what I said is because this wasn't my first time seeing this show. It was indeed my 4th. I know. The Bridge Theatre has actually been one of my happy places since last year when the show first opened in 2023, which feels so much longer than a year ago. I have just loved visiting the Bridge Theatre. The staff are in there are always incredible, very helpful, and it's just a really cozy space. I was going to say I hope to be back, but the next thing in is Shakespeare and I'm notoriously bad at watching that. But I hope to be back at some point into the Bridge. Because this is my 4th time seeing this show, I will give my thoughts and feelings, but also it is my 4th time seeing it, so you know I probably enjoy it quite a lot. So let's just give a bit of backstory if you've not seen the show before. Why should you go and see it? Number 1, it has amazing direction from Nicholas Heitner. It also has award-winning choreography from Arlene Phillips and James Cousins. It has stunning music, which was originally written by Frank Lesser and has been arranged in the most superb way by Tom Brady. Literally from the moment the first bar happens, you are invested in everything. It's so just like, it's like a warm hug in a musical. I have not been feeling the best right now, and the moment that first bar happened I was like, okay, I'm in it, I'm ready, I'm happy, everything is good in the world. It's that kind of musical and you need more of them in your life, because sometimes you just need something like that. You need a bit of a oof, there you go, off you go on your merry way again. Creatively, visually, it is beautiful to watch. Costumes are by Bunny Christie and Deborah Andrews. They are literally stunning, from every person in that crap game, the floating crap game with their fantastic suits, to the Save a Soul mission with their beautiful claret ensembles, to my favourite of all the costumes, the Hotbox Girls. Oh my goodness, those outfits I would die for. If there is a spare Act 2 opening Miss Adelaide final look outfit available out there once the show's closed, I don't know where I'd wear. Where I would wear a essentially mirrorball all-in-one suit, but string me up, spin me around, I'd be a disco ball. I don't know what I just said. Moving on. Bunny Christie is also behind the set design, which is just absolutely fantastic, and just the whole show is great and I love it all. Are you thinking, why did you return to the show for a 4th time? Are you okay? Well, I give you 3 reasons why. Number 1, for the love of the show. I haven't seen this show since cast change night, when the likes of Marisha and Danny Mays left, and I knew I wanted to go back. That being reason number 2, I wanted to see the new cast, both the ones who have been since cast change, and then on top of that, recently there was a new Miss Sarah Brown and a new General, why do I want to say Albright and I know that's wrong, Ovid Abernathy. I was nowhere near. So I wanted to see those 2 plus the new cast in their entirety. And number 3, this show and it hurts me to say this, is going to close soon. This show only has until the 4th of January left, and I am so gutted with myself because I have already booked to go and do something in that time frame, so I won't be there for closing, which is probably safe, or safer should I say, because I'd be like in floods, because cash change was hard enough. However, to not be there when it closes is a bit sad, so I decided to go possibly one last time this 4th time round, to see it once more and to appreciate it in its full form. And so I did. If you saw my last video, which was the Nervous Guide video, I did say that I was sat again for this. So the current score, if you're holding it, is 3 sitting, 1 standing. I would have loved to be back in standing one last time. However, number one, I was on my own seeing shows, and I don't know how I'd feel about having some limitations on my personal space on my own, with no one else I know around me. And secondly, I have got dodgy ankles right now, because I am old and had 2 falls very close to each other, which has resulted in some dodgy ankle issues. So I decided to be in seating once more, and yeah. I have done a video in the past about sitting versus standing for this show, so if you want to check that out, I will try and remember to link it down in the description area, but also possibly at the end of the video. I will try. I'm not promising things, but I will try. Like I said, I hadn't seen this show since the cast had changed, so I really wanted to see this new lot. I have friends who have seen the show since cast change and sung everyone's praises, and I wanted to see them in the flesh. So the principal 4, if you will, which is Nathan Detroit, Miss Adelaide, Sky Masterson and Sarah Brown. In my performance, the role of Nathan Detroit was actually the, I think, first cover or the understudy, which is Ryan Pigeon, which I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that name was up there, I was so excited. Like I said, I've seen this show previously, and Ryan has been with this show, I believe, since the beginning. He has been in various roles. He is on the cast recording as one of the Hi Boys. He normally is Benny Southstreet, I believe, and prior to that he was one of the other people in the Crap Game. However, he is also a cover for Nathan, and it was so exciting to see Ryan in that role, and I was very much pumped to be there, and I did scream my head off in the bowels, which is allowed. I think it did scare the woman next to me, but that's a story for a different day. Adelaide was played by Tamika Ramsey. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. She again was insane. Her voice was something special, and I really enjoyed her in that role. Sky Masterson was once again played by George Ioannidis. I've literally just googled how to pronounce his name, so hopefully I've got it correctly. He has been my Sky once before, possibly twice. I think once before. He has been there since Andrew Richardson, who was the original Sky, left, and I am fully there for George in this role. I've been a fan of George since the On Your Feet days, and so to see him as Sky is always a treat. And finally, Sarah Brown is currently, until the end of the run, going to be played by Gina Beck. Now, like I said, I've seen this show previously 3 separate times. The past 3 times I saw this show, the role that was Sarah was played by Celinda Schumacher, who left, I want to say about 2-3 months ago, to have a baby and to do other things. And Gina was announced, and I got very excited because everyone loves Gina Beck. She is one of those like iconic people in musical theatre, and it was really exciting to see her in this role. pardon me. It was really exciting to see her in this role because I feel like it's not something she's done before, which makes no sense. But in my brain, Gina Beck is very much Galinda, and the way that she portrays Sarah Brown is completely different, as it should be, to Celinda's version, and it was just really nice to see a different take and it still be absolutely incredible. Nicely Johnson this time round was played by Jonathan Andrew Hume. The amount of energy that was portrayed, probably not the word, who was delivered to the audience during Sit Down You're Rocking the Boat, which is always an insane piece of music anyway, with the multitude of reprises. Jonathan's version was absolutely phenomenal. I loved it so much. I really enjoyed watching it, and if he could just keep reprising and reprise, always get it confused. The amount of times that he could keep going and going, I would just not let it ever stop. I understand how much energy it takes out of a person, because the amount of times that I've seen this show and literally the last reprise has happened and they sit in their seat, which kind of ends that portion of the show and that scene pretty much, and the person playing Nysa Johnson is literally like so I understand that you can't like eternally continue those moments, but the energy is insane and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Speaking of energy, the ensemble again were literally phenomenal. There was of course a few covers and swings on due to a few cast change moments, including having Ryan on as Nathan Detroit. So I saw a few different people than normal. I did take a picture of the information that they share on the door. I also take a picture when I go to the bridge of the entire cast board, because I just love that kind of thing and I'm sad like that. But it was really exciting to see the incredible cast in it, brilliant ensemble once again. The amount of energy that they have during the show is something special, and I just love watching them. As you can tell, my love for this show is immense. And no, why did I even try and pronounce that? The show, the cast, the room, just everything about the show is absolutely brilliant. And if you haven't seen it, and please get yourself a ticket before the 4th of January. The hole that this show will leave both in my heart and in London is going to be immense, because I feel like the current time there's nothing like it. It is very much just the most fun that you can have in a theatre, and especially if you take the opportunity to do standing, the amount of immersion that you get is unlike anything else, and it's just an incredible show. And I could sing its praises for another 10 minutes, but I won't, because I know that you've got things to do. I know that I've got things to do. Let's go and do those things. So all that's left to say instead is this. Thank you for watching this video. Please go and check out Guys and Dolls before it closes. You won't be disappointed. And all that's left to say from me personally is this. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you come back next time for more theatre-based fun and frolics. But all that's left to say now is this, and that is so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.